You're watching Talking Points, a focus on the political scene in Lubbock and across the South Plains.
And welcome back. Here's a look at some of the political headlines of the past week. The numbers are in for this year's point-in-time count, and for the third year in a row, there's a decline in homeless individuals here, 283 in Lubbock. However, the number of homeless families increased 32%. The number of homeless children increased 43%. The count is important because it determines how federal aid dollars are allocated to help these folks get back on their feet. And early voting begins tomorrow for the primary runoff election. Election workers will be back in the United stores and taking safety precautions, of course. You'll be given a glove and asked to use a touchscreen with a pencil, and you'll put that into a bag when you're finished, all to make sure everything is as touch-free as possible, and they'll have masks and hand sanitizer for you. Hey, how many of you forgot we had this postponed runoff election? You know Douglas Freitag did not, because he's in the runoff for the 140th District Court Judge position. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, sir. Appreciate you having me back here again.
Well, sure. My anxiety level would be up if I couldn't campaign because people were all locked down. How have the last few weeks been for you?
You know, we had a stretch there where just nothing happened.
Right.
At all. Which was kind of refreshing to have a break after we worked so hard to get to the March primary. It was kind of nice to have the break, but now, within the last 2-3 weeks, we're full go again. But it's a very different go than it was the first time.
Have you been able to walk blocks or knock on doors and do things like that?
I have not gone out really and knocked on a door since before the March election. Now,
right.
I hit about 1,000 doors myself back in March. But this time around, you know, folks are, well, quite frankly, folks aren't real keen on somebody showing up at the front door with a mask on that they don't know.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's true. So what do you do in those kind of situations if you're a politician or you're running for something?
Well, we've done a lot of social media stuff. We've made a lot of telephone calls over the last few weeks. You know, I get tired of staring out the same window talking on the phone, but it's part of it. So, and then you do things through mail and just get out and see people as much as you can.
Sure.
It's been hard to see folks, but you know, there have been a couple of luncheons that I've been able to get to. We had the local county Republican Party convention a few weekends ago. That was really the first large function I've been able to get out to, and so you go to those and see folks and have fun with it.
Sure. Given the circumstances, I wanted to sort of have you reintroduce yourself to people who may not know you already. Quickly, let's talk about your background and your experience at Texas Tech and the District Attorney's Office and places like that.
Sure, yeah. Graduated from, on the professional side, graduated from Texas Tech University School of Law back in May of 2000. Went to work for the DA's office in August of that year here in Lubbock. I've been doing this about 20 years now. Out of those 20, almost 12 of them have been with the DA's office. The other 8 have been in private practice. That private practice has mainly been by myself most of the time here. Handle family law, criminal defense cases, general civil stuff, so wills, trust, business formation, a little bit of everything on that side as far as that goes. On a personal level, I'm still happily married. My wife and I have been married, April was 18 years.
Oh, wow.
We've got 3 boys that are now 12, 11, and 9. They've all gained 1 digit since we started this process.
Oh, my gosh.
But, you know, we're having a lot of fun. Last week, they finally let us go back to playing youth baseball and sports and stuff. So it's different because the bleachers are closed down and, you know, take your own chair and sit around the infield or outfield fence. But we're doing as much of that as we can. So.
Is there a personal philosophy for you on how you run a courtroom and a court staff even that people should know about, maybe that makes you different from your opponent?
Yeah, I would say philosophy-wise, you know, I want to try to run it as efficiently as I can. And that's one of the things being in business for myself the last 7 or 8 years. You know, you realize there are certain things you can get done, but sometimes there's a better way to get them done, and it allows you to do more and do it quicker and just be more efficient all the way around. So that's what I'm looking for, is to be as efficient as we can. You know, I checked with the Office of Court Administration here a couple of weeks ago here in Lubbock County, and in the 140th District Court right now, as of June the 8th, there were 1,186 pending cases.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Of those, about 1 out of every 4 was non-criminal. The other 3 out of 4 are criminal, some type of felony criminal case. And so you look at that, and that number sounds big, and you go, gosh, that means we've got to move 1,186 cases. But the truth is, we've got to move a lot more than that, because, you know, a 100% clearance rate you make no traction.
Right.
All you're doing is getting rid of one for one that comes in, and that leaves 1,186 there. So we got to do what we can, try to get clearance rates way up above 100%. You know, that's hard to do with stuff that's going on right now. There hadn't been a jury trial since March in the courthouse here or anywhere else across the state, other than there's been one federal in the Northern District out of Dallas that I know of. Yeah, well, but even that, visiting with some of the lawyers that were involved in it or hearing them talk, it was a totally different experience than what we're used to.
Well, there's a lot of different experiences that are going on right now, including start of early voting for this runoff election, which begins on Monday, and Doug Freitag's name's on it. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
And coming up, the governor and others have said kids will be back at school this fall. Parents want